Hey guys, curdhos here from Hostyle Conditioning. It's Thursday, January 19th, and of course Thursday means weekly weigh-in. This is week 3 of back on track with the man diet after the holidays. The New Year's resolution we talked about, the goal. A lot of people started, and by this time 70–80% are off it, unfortunately. And like I said, if that happens, just jump right back up on it. Even shooting this video weekly has made it, like I said earlier, a really great tool to keep me on track and keep me focused. And things are going really well. Training's going really well. I feel really good, which is good. Yeah, last night, Wednesday, Tobin, crazy kettlebell intermediate workout, just grinded us and mutilated us. It was great. Really cool. My third week of doing that, and I could see a big difference in my cardio. Didn't have to take as many breaks. My heart rate was still crazy, and I was still, burnt a gazillion calories and stuff. I think probably last night was responsible for 75% of any weight loss that I achieved this week. But it's great, and again, I can feel the improvement. It feels better. I'm performing better. I'm getting more reps per station. Last night we did a really cool kettlebell workout called the Gauntlet, and what that works out to be is a series of exercises done sort of in a racetrack format, where every person starts at an exercise, and every so many seconds, I think it was 50 seconds last night, you rotate to the next exercise. Ended up being 10-minute rounds, and we actually went for 3. The third round was cut a little bit short at 8 o'clock because we were getting mangled and it was starting to get into a longer workout. And this is after we do a warm-up, and this is after we go through each exercise and do some reps initially just to make sure we understand the skill set and what we have to do. And then the whistle goes and Tobin takes us through our paces. There were some exercises that were strength-based, there were some exercises that were endurance, and there was definitely some cardio exercises. So we hit all 3 levels in there, which is fantastic. You're going through the first round and you're wondering, how the heck am I going to get to round 3? But again, if you break it down into smaller goals, you're on this station, say example, kettlebell, burpee, deadlift, and that's all you worry about. You're on that station. I think we're working with 50-second intervals, and you just do a rep, do a rep, do a rep, and just keep working 1 rep at a time. Recover if you have to. Take the shortest amount of break if you have to, and just mangle through it. Push yourself through it 1 second at a time. And then having a coach like Tobin or myself going around and just encouraging you, working with you with technique and being there and just, guiding you and pushing you through. It's excellent. Like I said in one of the comments, we shot a video, an après kettlebell video yesterday, and basically one of the comments I put on there was, the environment here, really causes people to far exceed their capabilities. You push yourself a lot more, and that's really what makes the body keep changing and burning fat and building muscle. And again, today I just finished doing my steady state, and after my weigh-in downstairs, and I feel good. I feel the workout last night, but I feel good. I feel my core, and I feel my abs, and I feel my legs, and a little stiff getting up this morning, nothing crazy, because overall, I'm always improving with the conditioning and the mobility, but definitely feel a lot better after doing 30 minutes on the treadmill. Again, 2.5 miles an hour, 1.5-degree incline, start it and go. So again, 5 out of 10, exertion. If I wanted to do it for 3 hours, I could, that kind of pace. But again, blood flow, recovery, getting lots of oxygen and nutrients into the damaged, traumatized areas, pulling out a lot of toxins and waste material because of that, and you're going to heal faster, keep mobile, and keep the metabolic rate up so that you're burning more calories throughout the day. It all adds up. The kind of workouts we've been doing, for me personally, is again the steady state, 30 minutes a day, 6 days a week. Weights, I'm up to 3 times a week, but the 2 of them are 30 minutes. So Monday was clean and press and deadlift. So I went as heavy as I could on clean and press, worked some singles, and then loaded up from there and did some sumo deadlifts and pushed the deadlifts a bit. It was kind of cool. I hadn't deadlifted over 3 plates in a long time. I think I went 4.5, 455, 460 pound sumo deadlift, which is pretty good considering I haven't done anything over 300 or 3 plates in easily 5 years, 6 years. And I just wanted to push it a bit, and it was good, and a nice strain, but at the same token, definitely shows that, because of the conditioning and the mobility, I'm able to push myself more and more. So that's kind of cool, and I recovered really well, and that was really nice. The next day or 2, instead of being, coming in and can't barely move, a little stiff in some of the choice areas in the hips and the lower back, but nothing like it would have been 6 months or 2 years ago, where I would have done it and had been beat up for 3 or 4 days and had a hard time. And that steady state really has a big difference in that, in helping the recovery and the overall fitness improvement. So that's really cool to see as well. And again, I bench on Tuesdays and I bench on Friday or Saturdays, depending if I go to train with with the boys in Montreal heavy on Friday night. If not, then I'll train downstairs in the powerlifting session between 12 and 2 on Saturdays. Been doing some chain benching, so again, put on some weight, hang chains, 20-pound chains on either side, go up to 2 per side, which is 80 pounds. And what's cool with the chains is that as you come down with the bar onto your chest, more of the chain is on the floor. As you're pressing up, more of the chain comes up, so the weight's increasing. So I think I was working with 455 on the bar and the bench, and then as the chains come up, ends up being another 75 to 80 pounds at the top of the lockout. So where it normally gets easier on the press, it actually is getting harder because I'm lifting more and more chain. The chain is dancing a bit, so a little more stabilizing, so the shoulders and the back and the abs and the chest have to stabilize and control more, so it makes it a little dirtier, so that when I go back to normal benching and it's smoother, I'm going to have a little more pop, a little bit better finish because I'm tougher through the whole cycle. So that's really cool. That's something that I like to rotate and change every 3 to 4 weeks on that. But that being said, so up to 3 times a week on the weights, 30 minutes, and kettlebells. Wednesday nights, I'm doing it once a week right now because that's kind of how everything fits in. And it's Wednesday night kettlebells is my most intense workout. So when we talk about intensity from a scale of 1 to 10, this being a 1, steady state on the treadmill being a 5, weights being 6 to 7, the kettlebells, the intense ones, definitely gets me to 9 plus. And again, what's cool about that is it really pushes my threshold, works my VO2 capacity, which basically, you know, your lung oxygen efficiency, and just really pushes that limit of uncomfort and discomfort and stress. And what's cool about that is it makes all the other workouts seem a lot easier. If I wasn't doing that high intensity conditioning, you know, my weights would seem like the most intense thing, and I'd have trouble pushing myself as far as I do there. Or my steady state, what feels like a 5 would feel like a 6 or a 7 maybe. So that really crazy intense workout once or twice a week sets the tone. Hey, this is what tough training is all about, so that next thing you know, when I'm weight training, I'm actually able to push better. You know, more sets, more reps in the same amount of time, less recovery time. I don't need to take 3 to 5 minutes in between sets. You know, on heavy sets, it's between 1 and 2 minutes, which is like sprinting for a power lifter. And then on my volume stuff or my assistance work, it's 45 to 60 seconds. So again, that would normally have been an 8 or 9 for me back in the day. Now, like I said, it's a 6 or a 7. So it's because the high end is pushed higher, you know, everything else falls underneath that and just seems more, it seems easier, which is cool. It's like I say, when you bang your head against the wall, you do it because it feels so good when you stop, right? So it's the same idea. You push yourself really hard 1 to 2 times a week, so everything else seems a lot easier, and that's really cool, and it keeps pushing your overall fitness capabilities higher and higher. That being said, it was weigh-in time. I went downstairs, hopped on the old scale. I was feeling pretty good, but you know, last week was a really good weigh and lost 11 pounds. So this week, jumped on there. It was 330.6 last week. As we zoom in here on the amazingness, I'm down 5.4 pounds to 325.2 pounds. So pretty pumped about that. Again, not quite, not 11 pounds, but the first week or two you lose a lot of water and stuff. Now we're starting to get into some significant weight loss where we're starting to burn more body fat. My lean muscle mass, my lean weight was up 3%, which is really impressive too. And that, you know, can be attributed to the fact that I am doing a little extra on the weights and that I am eating higher protein with this diet so that I am building more muscle mass. So, you know, if I sit down and look at the overall fat loss, it might be more around, you know, 7 pounds of total weight loss if I just measured the fat, but a couple pounds of muscle got thrown on board. So excellent, that's what I want, increase the quality. So as I get down lower and lower to my goal of 275, I don't want to do it by sacrificing a lot of muscle as well. That's not good for me for my performance as a strength athlete. It's not what I want to have happen for my overall physique. I want to maintain the big, thick chest, shoulders, and arms, and strong back and legs. So that's really important that we maintain or even try to improve on our muscle mass. So that's really good to have happen as well. But that's really where the nutrition and eating the 5 to 6 meals a day and having protein present really maximizes that. And like I said before, the man diet that we use here is performance-based, meaning as you're getting leaner and more efficient, you're still recuperating really well so that you can keep training at a high optimum level. And that's what's really important if you want to be an athlete. If you just want to lose weight loss and you want to do one of these super calorie restricted diets, you know, 800 calories a day where you see in a lot of these type of clinic weight losses and stuff like that, you're going to lose 30, 50, 60, 80 pounds. But half of what you're going to lose is going to be muscle. And the more muscle you lose, what happens is your metabolic rate slows down as well. So that when you do stop eating these calorie restricted diets and you go back to eating better than you did before, but still more calories, your metabolic rate that was here is now even lower, and that's why there's so much rebound effect and people gaining the weight back, if not more, because their metabolic rate, or the speed at which they burn calories all day, is slowed down even more because they've lost a significant amount of muscle mass. So you do not want to have that happen. You want to have it so that your muscle mass stays the same or increases, which actually brings up your metabolic rate. What I tell a lot of people that want to lose weight and maintain that weight loss is gain muscle at the same time so that you burn more calories every day. The more muscle you have, the more calories you're going to burn to support that. So it's like taking a 4-cylinder engine car and an 8-cylinder engine car. The 8-cylinder is a bigger motor. It's a heavier motor, heavier vehicle. It will burn more fuel to do the same distance and speed as a 4-cylinder, right? So what we want to do is make our bodies that 8-cylinder, engine burning a lot of fuel, and at the same time feeding it the right fuel so they can do that efficiently. So this way it's always burning lots and active and keeping your body moving towards leaner, more efficiency, and being strong and healthy and fit so that you can do not just your workouts, but any other activity that you want to do during the day and stuff. So that again is really important. So that being said, all in all, another good week. I'm pretty happy with that. It's pretty solid. Since we started shooting some of these videos, some more of our people, even here at Hostile Conditioning, have decided to ramp back up onto their diet, and they're starting to see the losses and feel better. I feel much tighter. My clothes are fitting significantly different, and we're really 2 weeks after the challenge. This is the 3rd week of the weigh-in, so it happens fast, and there should be weight loss every week. If I go down and I don't pull a good weight loss, then I have to sit back and look at, was it my nutrition, was it my activity, is something else going on? Is there going to be weeks where I might pull 1 or 2 pounds? Absolutely, I might gain 3 more pounds of muscle that week. Or I just might have a point where the body does like to stabilize. It doesn't always want to move in one direction down or one direction up. So again, we have to look at that and be prepared for that. But if the work went in during the week, you're going to have good results no matter what. So that's really important. Again, having this thing where I'm sitting down and talking to you guys and just committing to you guys on video, keeps me even more in a straight and narrow. And again, last Saturday, nice cheat night, went out and watched the UFC, threw back some beers, ate a bunch of whatever was fried on the menu type thing, enjoyed myself, and again, it just shows if you work hard during the week and consistent, you can get away with a really cool evening. So you can have that party, you can go to that function, not be that social, retard because, oh, I can't have some of this and I can't have some of that. You can turn it around and flip it on its ear. You can be that person that's losing weight, and every time people see you, you're leaner and leaner, and they're all confused because you're at that party with a big plate of chips and whatever gooey ooey stuff that's there and drinking whatever you want, and they're like, well, how come you're losing all this weight? Because look at all that you're eating. Well, it's because it's one time per week. It's from 7 till midnight is the window I like to work with, right? So for 5 hours out of the entire week of hours, you're doing the dirty. Other than that, the rest of the time you're eating clean and stuff like that. So you're far outweighing the good with a little bit of bad. And it's a good reward. It tastes really good. You look forward to it and stuff. But then the rest of the week, get back to the diet, follow it, eat well. Food is your function, is a function. You're not eating this because you're hungry. You're not eating this because you're emotionally compromised. You're eating this because it's 3 hours after the last meal. This is the meal you prepared. Heat it up to go. Take the emotion out of it. Make it a function. And once you get into that, it's much easier. So anyway, so great weekly weigh-in. I want to say thanks for watching me, and we'll talk to you in the next couple of days with some other videos, and definitely next Thursday for the next weigh-in. This is Curdhos saying, crush it.